Imagine having the ability to truly understand what someone is thinking, their deepest values, hidden motivations, and most intimate desires, all through just 5 strategic questions. This is not about manipulation or invasion of privacy, but an ancient skill that Stoic philosophers deeply valued, the wisdom of understanding human nature. Since ancient times, great thinkers have recognized that true wisdom does not lie only in self-knowledge, but also in the ability to understand others authentically. This is not a mystical gift or a natural talent reserved for a few. It is a competence that can be developed through the application of fundamental psychological principles. Most people live in 2 paradoxical realities. On one hand, they hide their deepest thoughts and feelings. On the other, they desperately long to be understood in their essence. This human contradiction creates a unique opportunity for those who know how to ask the right questions at the right time. The 5 questions that follow are not just communication tools. They are keys that unlock the doors of the human soul. They were developed on the understanding that people reveal far more about themselves when they feel psychologically safe to share, and when the questions touch on fundamental aspects of human experience. Stoic philosophy always emphasized the importance of understanding human nature, not to control it, but to relate to it better. As the ancient sages observed, those who understand others develop a practical wisdom that transcends intellectual knowledge and transforms into genuine connection. Stay with us until the end, and if possible, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot and costs you nothing. Question number 1. What has been the highlight of your week so far? This first question is a sophisticated psychological tool disguised as casual conversation. While most people ask, "How was your week?" and receive generic answers like busy or normal, this specific question forces the other person to identify something concrete that brought them satisfaction or joy. The power of this question lies in its simplicity and psychological safety. It's not invasive or overly personal, yet it reveals deeply personal information about what the person values, where they direct their attention, and what they consider worthy of mention in daily life. When someone shares the highlight of their week, they are essentially revealing their core values, their priorities, and what genuinely brings them positive energy. The answer acts as a window to their soul, showing not just what happened, but what carried meaning for them. This question instantly reveals different personality types. Career-anchored people will mention professional achievements, promotions, or project progress. Relationship-oriented individuals will talk about family connections, meaningful conversations, or shared moments. Adventurers will describe experiences, travels, or discoveries, while family-centered people will share special moments with loved ones. But it's not just about the content of the answer. The way they respond is equally revealing. Notice the shift in energy as they describe their highlight. Their voice changes, posture shifts, eyes light up. This moment reveals when they are connected to what truly matters to them, and that authentic energy communicates more about their true nature than any resume or social profile. Stoic philosophy teaches that very little is needed for a happy life. Everything lies within oneself, in one's way of thinking. This question reveals exactly what constitutes that very little for each individual. For some, it's recognition and achievement. For others, it's connection and service. Some are energized by learning something new, while others come alive describing moments of peace and solitude. The question also reveals a person's time orientation. Some focus on recent achievements, showing they live in the present. Others mention things they are building, revealing a future focus. Still others revisit favorite activities, showing they value consistency and proven pleasures. It's important to pay attention not only to what they say, but also to what they don't say. If someone struggles to answer or says they can't think of anything, that is equally revealing. It may indicate they're going through a difficult time, rarely reflect on positive moments, or are so focused on problems that they miss the good happening around them. The timing of the highlight also matters. Did it happen at work, at home, alone, or with others, during planned activities or spontaneous moments? These details paint a picture of when and where they are most likely to feel satisfaction. This simple question opens a window to the soul and establishes a foundation for deeper understanding. Once you know what energizes someone, you can better predict their reactions, motivations, and the type of relationship they will value. Question number 2. What did you used to believe that you no longer believe? This second question reveals a person's capacity for growth and self-awareness. While the first question shows what energizes them in the present, this one uncovers their intellectual humility, how they process change, and their ability to evolve over time. It also reveals their openness to admitting mistakes, one of the strongest indicators of emotional maturity and depth of character. The psychological power of this question lies in what it demands. To give a thoughtful answer, the person must demonstrate self-reflection, acknowledge fallibility, and show comfort with personal growth. These are qualities that separate rigid thinkers from adaptable learners, closed minds from open ones. The beauty of this question is how it immediately separates different types of people. Some respond quickly and enthusiastically, sharing multiple belief changes and showing they see intellectual evolution as natural and positive. Others hesitate or struggle, either because they haven't reflected much on their own growth or because they feel uncomfortable admitting they were wrong. This question is particularly effective because it reveals how someone deals with the Stoic idea that wisdom comes through accepting that knowledge is always provisional and subject to revision. The Stoics deeply valued the ability to change one's mind when presented with contrary evidence or experiences that challenged prior beliefs. The most impressive people often light up at this question because it gives them permission to share their story of growth. They might talk about how they used to believe asking for help was a sign of weakness, but now they realize it's actually a sign of wisdom. It shows they value results more than ego. Pay attention to whether they show shame or pride in describing their belief evolution. Mature and healthy people frame changes of opinion as growth, not failure. They might use phrases like, "I learned," or "I discovered," instead of "I was wrong," or "I made a mistake." This choice of language reveals their relationship with personal development. The content of the response also matters significantly. Someone who once believed that they are discussing humanity in general. This psychological safety allows them to share their deepest convictions without feeling exposed. Yet their answer reveals personal experiences of being hurt, their core values, and what they believe makes relationships work or fail. The beauty of this question is how it reveals different personality types and their central concerns. Some people focus on kindness. They wish people were more compassionate. Others emphasize honesty. They wish people would say what they truly think instead of being passive-aggressive. Some highlight respect. They wish people listen to understand instead of just waiting for their turn to speak. Each answer reveals not only what they value, but also what they likely experienced. The person who wishes for more compassion was probably treated harshly. The one who longs for honesty was likely deceived or manipulated. The one who wishes for better listening probably felt misunderstood and ignored. This question shows their relationship model, the standards they hold for themselves and others, and the behaviors that will build or break trust with them. It's essential to pay attention both to what they want more of and what they want less of in human behavior. Someone who says they wish people were more grateful reveals they value appreciation and likely feel underappreciated. Someone who says they wish people would stop trying to fix everyone shows they value acceptance and may have been on the receiving end of unsolicited advice. The emotional tone of the response is equally revealing. Some people answer with frustration or pain, indicating they have been deeply hurt by the behavior they want changed. Others answer with hope and optimism, showing they believe in human potential for growth. Still others respond with resignation, suggesting they've accepted people won't change but wish things were different. The question also reveals their scope of thought. Do they focus on individual behaviors like kindness or honesty, or do they think systemically about issues like inequality or justice? Their answer shows whether they see relationship problems as personal failures or broader social issues. Stoic philosophy always emphasized the importance of first understanding who we are before trying to adorn ourselves accordingly. This question helps you know who they are by revealing what they value most in human interaction. Listen to both the explicit answer and the underlying message. When someone says they wish people were more patient, they are often really saying they wish people were more patient with them. When they say they wish people were more direct, they are usually revealing their own communication style and preferences. This question reveals their relationship philosophy in a single response, showing you exactly how to build trust and genuine connection with them. Question number 4. What is one decision you made that even surprised yourself? This fourth question reveals a person's capacity for growth and self-surprise. It uncovers their willingness to step out of their comfort zone, their relationship with risk, and whether they are able to act against their own established patterns, a crucial indicator of adaptability and personal courage. The power of this question lies in how it separates truly self-awareness people from those who live unconsciously. People who can answer readily have been paying attention to their own growth and feel comfortable with personal evolution. Those who struggle often live within a rigid self-concept and may resist change. The beauty of this question is how it reveals someone's capacity for unexpected growth and transformation. Dynamic people often light up at this question because it allows them to share moments of personal discovery, when they surprise themselves with their own courage, creativity, or ability to change. This question is particularly valuable because it shows who they are becoming, not just who they were. It reveals their capacity for continuous evolution, which is a core principle of Stoic philosophy. The ancient sages recognized that the wise person is always willing to be surprised by their own potential for growth and change. Pay attention to whether they describe their surprising decision with pride, regret, or curiosity. Healthy people typically see self-surprises with pride and wonder, viewing them as evidence of growth capacity. Those who express regret may struggle with risk-taking, while those who show curiosity often have growth mindsets. The content of the answer also matters. Someone who surprised themselves by standing up to authority shows hidden courage. Someone who pursued a creative passion reveals depth beyond surface appearances. Someone who helped a stranger shows compassion waiting to emerge. It's important to note whether their surprising decision came from external pressure or internal calling. External surprises reveal how they respond to circumstances, while internal surprises show capacity for self-initiated growth. Both are valuable, but they reveal different aspects of character and potential. The question also reveals their relationship with change and personal growth. People who surprise themselves regularly tend to be more adaptable and open to new experiences. Those who rarely surprise themselves may be more predictable but may also be limiting their own growth potential. This question shows their ability to transcend self-imposed limitations and established behavioral patterns. It reveals whether they are capable of genuine evolution or tend to remain within familiar comfort zones. Stoic philosophy teaches us to adapt to the life we have been given, but love the people we share it with. This question shows how they adapt and evolve, revealing their relationship with change and personal growth. Understanding their capacity for self-surprise prepares us for the final question, which reveals their deepest motivations and truest desires. Question number 5. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? This fifth and final question removes the barrier of uncertainty and uncovers what people truly want to do with their lives. It reveals their dreams, ambitions, and what they believe would bring them fulfillment if circumstances, fear, or practical limitations were no obstacle. The psychological power of this question lies in how it bypasses the rational mind's tendency to self-censor based on practicality. When we remove the possibility of failure, people's answers reveal their authentic desires instead of their safe choices. It shows the true direction of their soul, unobscured by fear or social expectations. The beauty of this question is how it instantly reveals core motivations. Career-centric people may talk about building business empires or revolutionizing industries. Creative souls discuss writing novels, making films, or creating art that moves people. Service-oriented individuals describe helping others, solving social problems, or making the world more just. But it's not just what they say. It's how quickly they respond and how their energy shifts. Quick, energized responses reveal authentic desires they've carried for a long time, but perhaps never dared pursue. Hesitant answers may indicate they've become disconnected from their dreams or were taught to suppress their true desires. This question is deeply rooted in Stoic wisdom about understanding the difference between what we genuinely desire and what we think we should desire. Ancient philosophy always emphasized the importance of knowing our deepest desires to live an authentic and fulfilling life. Pay attention to the scale of their dreams. Do they think globally about changing the world or locally about improving their community? Do they focus on personal fulfillment or serving others? These preferences reveal their fundamental worldview and what motivates them at the deepest level. Notice whether their answer aligns with their current actions. Someone whose dream is to help animals but who has never volunteered at a shelter may be disconnected from their values. Someone whose dream involves creativity but who is pursuing purely practical careers may be suppressing important parts of themselves. The most revealing aspect is often what they don't mention. If someone never brings up relationships, family, or connection in this impossible scenario, it may indicate they are highly independent or struggling with intimacy. If they never mention personal achievement, they may be primarily others-focused. The question also reveals whether their dreams are inward-centered, personal growth, creativity, experiences, or outward-focused social impact, helping others, systemic change. Both orientations are valid, but they show different ways of finding meaning and purpose. This question shows the true direction of their soul and what would bring fundamental fulfillment. When we understand someone's deepest desires, we understand everything about how to connect with them, support them, and predict what will truly motivate them in any situation. The synthesis of human understanding. Remember that reading someone's thoughts is not about gaining an advantage over them. It's about understanding them deeply enough to build relationships that truly matter. When you truly understand someone's highlights, growth, values, surprises, and dreams, you're not just making conversation. You're creating genuine connection. The most successful people in any field are not necessarily the smartest or most talented. They are the ones who understand human nature well enough to build meaningful relationships, inspire trust, and create genuine collaboration. Stoic philosophy always emphasized that practical wisdom comes through understanding human nature. These 5 questions are tools that, when used with genuine intention to understand and connect, can transform superficial relationships into deep and meaningful connections. The true art of understanding others does not lie in manipulation or control, but in the ability to see beyond social masks and connect with the essential humanity we all share. When we do this with sincerity and respect, we not only understand others better, we also understand ourselves and our own human nature better. Thank you for watching. For those of you who made it this far, please comment Armored Wisdom, so I'll know you watched until the end. I'll leave here some other content you may enjoy. See you soon.